Well, the White House today faced tough questions after the outgoing Senate Minority Leader all but admitted that he lied flat out to the American people in the interest of helping President Obama win re-election. Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen was the one asking the questions. James?
Megyn, good evening. At issue here is the unsubstantiated allegation that then Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, Democrat of Nevada, unleashed on the Senate floor against the 2012 GOP presidential nominee.
He's disclosed 1 year. His father, George Romney, set the precedent that people running for president would file their tax returns, let everybody look at them. But Mitt Romney can't do that because he's basically paid no taxes in the prior 12 years.
This week, having announced he would not seek re-election, Senator Reid sat down with my CNN colleague Dana Bash, who asked about the senator's false charges.
So no regrets about Mitt Romney, about the Koch brothers, because some people have even called it McCarthyite.
Well, they call it whatever they want. Romney didn't win, did he?
President Obama on Monday visited the new Edward M. Kennedy Institute in Boston, where the president lamented that our politics are not more purposeful and elevated. I wonder if President Obama, who has lamented this incivility in our politics, this disrespect in our politics, has any view of Harry Reid telling Dana Bash in response to this question, well, Romney didn't get elected, did he?
Obviously, Senator Reid is somebody who's going to decide for himself about what he says on the Senate floor.
It's the president's choice and his spokesman's choice to call out conduct unbecoming of our highest elected officials when it is in fact unbecoming. Are you going to take that opportunity now?
Not for something that's 3 years old.
And to many, that answer echoed the answer that former Obama spokesman Tommy Vietor gave to Fox News' Bret Baier when the latter asked about Benghazi on live television, and Vietor answered, dude, that's like 3 years ago. Megyn?
There's a statute of limitations on unethical behavior, apparently. James, good to know. Learn something new every day from our chief Washington correspondent. Joining me now with more, Dana Perino. She's co-host of The Five, right here on FNC. Also former White House press secretary to President George W. Bush. So President Obama, it was 3 years ago. That's what the White House is saying.
I think it would have been very easy for the White House today. I mean, this is an easy call to make. The president isn't going to run for office again. Harry Reid is not going to run for office again. President Obama could have been true to himself and to the American people and said, that was wrong. I don't understand why that would have been hard for them to do. It seems to me that would have been an easy call to make.
Where is at least the feigned outrage by some of these Democrats who, would be the first to stand up and call him a liar if he had an R after his name instead of a D?
You can just imagine that reporters would be calling every one of those Republicans, if it had been a Republican, reporters would have called every single one of those Republicans and saying, do you stand by the man that you voted for, Majority Leader, 3 times? Are you going to stand by him, or will you repudiate what he said? And as far as I know, there are no Democrats being asked that. They're all ducking it. And part of the reason is because Harry Reid, for as nasty a politician as he is extremely powerful.
You never say an unkind word about anybody. Even for Dana Perino to say nasty is like,
I think he's been absolutely poisonous in Washington for the last several years. I think it's one of the reasons that people have a disdain for Washington. I think President Obama has not been well served by him, and I think Hillary Clinton will be much served by having a change in that position so that she won't have to tie herself to Harry Reid.
Were you surprised at all to see his smugness about his lie and how the ends justified the mean? Because Romney didn't win, did he?
I would say that in the last 3 years, I have noticed something with Harry Reid that is almost like an untethered reality to the universe, like his crazy attacks against the Koch brothers. There were Democrats who behind the scenes would tell you, we don't know what's going on with him, we can't support this. But because he was so powerful and controlled all of the money and all of the committee assignments and everything that they could do or say was controlled by Harry Reid, they wouldn't say anything then. And I think it's incredible that no one says anything now. Is there not a single Democrat who has the nerve to stand up, the principle to stand up? And I cannot believe that the White House passed on that. It would have been an easy thing for President Obama to do.
Do you see some hypocrisy here? Because the left would be going after him if he were a Republican. But not only that, we were talking in the last segment with Howie about Trevor Noah, right, the new host of The Daily Show. If he had been somebody who was stepping into a role that the Democrats didn't like, who was filling the shoes of somebody other than Jon Stewart, and had said these things about women and blacks and Jews. You know, would they be giving him such a pass? Would they be giving Harry Reid such a pass? It's like, if they like you, you can say whatever terrible thing you want about a woman or an African American. It's fine. It's if they don't like you because you're the wrong party that you have different rules.
If you could take all the articles about Trevor Noah and search and replace with Bill O'Reilly, what do you think the outcry would be? And that's obvious. Now, those are two very different programs. One is a comedy show, one is a news program, but they're both programs are very popular in America. Obviously, we know that from being here. There is a double standard, and it's something that Republicans just have to factor in to their decision making.
And the American public needs to factor into its judgment about the information that is being funneled to them by a media that only cares when it's one side.
And the Harry Reid thing is just so different. He actually said this on the floor of the United States Senate. He was paid for by taxpayers, and he basically said that Mitt Romney didn't pay his taxes, which was a total lie.
Chuck Schumer says he has a glowing statement about Senator Reid's honesty, and Harry Reid boasts about his integrity on his website.
He won't be missed in Washington.
And certainly not on the 5.
Not by me.
Dana, good to see you.